Good morning, world.
Good morning. Well, if you guys like me and Brian, I'm sure you guys have gone through some things. We're going to review a song by Tom MacDonald. It's been a while since we looked at a Tom song, but he's going to talk about going through things mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and we're going to look at the scars that are caused by all those things and how you push through them. Stay tuned. I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian, and this is Cedric and Brian. For all of you who watched our last episode, we apologize. And if you didn't watch it all the way through, there's the blooper at the end to show you how we really got through it.
Are we talking about the
Brianna
Johnson? Yes. Sometimes me and Brian do our brainstorm when we're at a party and people over and we've had some libations, and Brian say, "I got a great idea. Let's do this."
I apologize again.
Follow my lead.
I apologize for that. But I really want you to go back and watch another music review we did because it got blocked and that was finally released, and I think you guys didn't get the notifications. But go watch our AC/DC Big Balls. I thought we did a good job on that. We're just not getting the traction, so I'd appreciate it if you guys watch that.
Yes.
All right. So we want to hit this, right?
Yeah, we haven't looked at this one. Tom and Nova did a great job on this. You can tell all the work and effort they put into it. In short, they are prepared.
Are you prepared?
Like Brian says, are you prepared? Do you have enough food, water, and other essentials to get you through tough times? If not, check out my Patriot Supply. They're the nation's #1 preparedness company, and they've served millions of American families just like yours. Right now, you can save 25% off their popular 4-week emergency food kit, which will keep you well fed for 4 weeks worth of breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, and snacks, totaling over 2,000 calories a day. This food stays fresh for up to 25 years in proper storage, so it will be there when you need it. In fact, you may need it a lot sooner than that.
So don't wait. Go to www.preparewithcedricandbrian.com. That's www.preparewithcedricandbrian.com. All right, let's get to it.
All right.
You ready?
Let's do it. Let's get her done.
I don't remember how I got all these scars, but I know I lived a hell of a life. I can't remember how I made it this far, but I know it was a hell of a fight. Could have been some bones in a coffin stone, drinking vodka, locked up with the bros, causing problems, broke at the bottom. You know that I got a lot of marks under these clothes. Should have killed me, somehow I survived.
I like this already because it has that country acoustic sound.
I was just going to mention, because just so you know, this is a true reaction from me. I have not seen it. I didn't look at the lyrics. This is straight up first time I've seen it. My first thing was, he's trying to sing here. He's not rapping.
Right. Yeah. But I like the I kind of like I don't want to say a Chris Stapleton or a Chris Young or a Blake Shelton, that country vibe. Like he's getting ready to tell a story with the country and twanging at the guitar.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. And so it starts off right off, he's talking about the scars he's got over his lifetime.
Yeah.
From everything. And he mentions drinking right off the bat. Yeah. So we know, those of you who follow Tom, you know he's a recovering alcoholic. He doesn't drink anymore. So.
Right. I'll let you back it up a tad.
Was causing problems, broke at the bottom. You know that I got a lot of marks under these clothes. Should have killed me, somehow I survived. These tattoos on my arm hide from you. All the scars. These tattoos on my arm hide from you. All the scars. I don't remember how I ended up here, but I know I probably should have died. I don't remember why I cried all those tears, but I know that I turned out alright. I know that people wanted me dead. I lost all my friends, was running from the cops. Getting bread was dark in my head. You know that I have seen a lot of things in all of my years, but I'm thankful for this crazy life.
A little reminiscent. Did you have one of those 3-ring photo binders?
Yes, I still do.
Is it all the pages all yellowed out?
Yellow, and then the tape gives out, and the pictures fall.
And the plastic starts to crack and crumble.
Yeah, for you younger people who you get everything on your phones now, this is how we actually did our photographs back then. And you'd have to be there in person to look at pictures. But
yes, when we got really advanced, we could take our cameras to 1 hour photo.
That's right.
Get it done in 60 minutes. I like this. He's going down memory lane, and he's talking about how he should have died and how people have left him. He's had scars inflicted on him from others. So, and usually they come from people who are the closest to you, like your family and friends.
But he talks about how he created that himself. He's running from the cops because he was drinking. He was not doing good things. Right. But then at the last verse there, he talks about how he's thankful for being here still. Right. And that's what I don't think enough people do now, is they're not thankful for still being here. Right. Or what they have. I like that last line. Like I said, I'm trying to catch all of it. It's kind of easier since he is singing and he's not rapping. Right. It's kind of easier to catch the lyrics. Yeah. So
it's a good job.
Running from the cops, getting bread was dark in my head. You know that I have seen a lot of things in all of my years, but I'm thankful for this crazy life. Every single scar and every single scrape, every bruise and tattoo along the way tells a little story that I can't explain, because the words escape me but the marks remain. They won't ever fade and they can't be erased. They made me who I am and I am not ashamed. Every bump and scratch and every drop of blood prove how far I've came. These tattoos.
That reminds me. So he talks about these tattoos, and I know he's using it kind of as a double here. He covers some of his scars with actual physical scars with his tattoos, but it also reminds him of who he was. I have somebody that I know who has all these really kind of demonic-looking tattoos, and I asked him once. I said, because he's a really nice guy. I said, those things are pretty dark. That's. And he goes, yeah. He goes, that's when I was drinking. Yeah. He doesn't drink anymore, so he did a lot of these tattoos, and he left them there because it reminds him of who he was and where he doesn't want to go back. Right. So I just thought I'd mention that because this lyric just reminded me of him.
And like you spoke too soon, because as soon as you said he was singing,
I know. Then he started rapping.
Breaks into his rap mode.
Escape me, but the marks remain. They won't ever fade and they can't be erased. They made me who I am and I am not ashamed. Every bump and scratch and every drop of blood prove how far I've came. These tattoos. Friends crashed a couple cars, put some stitches in my legs, looked up at the stars and all I can say is thanks. Recovery was hard, but it made me who I am. All these ugly battle scars complete me. They're reminders of the demons who tried their best to defeat me. They don't look so good in photos, but my struggles ain't beneath me, and these tattoos ain't for nothing. This is physical graffiti. Every broken bone.
Oh, that was good. I like that line. I've had some of these scars longer than I've had some of my friends. Yeah. I mean, you guys have kind of heard our story before. Me and Brian, we've been friends for about 20 years. And, you come into whether it be a friendship like ours or like a marriage that Brian and his wife have, or the short relationship that me and my girlfriend have, sometimes you bring in scars. And I guess the big thing is not to inflict other people with those scars, and hopefully they can help you through that process.
Right.
But
and then you accept people.
Yeah,
I think is part of the message too. When you're young and immature, you get into relationships and you try to change that person, and you don't realize that what they're bringing is why you like them. Right. And if you change them, then you wonder why you don't like them anymore.
Right. Exactly.
And that's something that happens. We talk about with age, and a lot of people like to call people, I mean, we're not boomers, but they call them boomers, like they're not going to get any wisdom from them. But guess what? With age comes some wisdom, because guess what? We've got the scars. We went through the stuff. We know.
Yeah. And that's why I love Tom's story, and I love the fact that he's so vulnerable. For all you hogs out there listening, I have to be honest. When I first heard about hogs, I thought these were people who had like body image problems, and they were just big people. I'm like, oh, these hogs around. But then I realized what hogs were, the Hangover Gang. But the fact that Tom is so vulnerable, because all the artists that are out there, Tom has a story, and so his music and his life is going to relate to some of you out there. And that's why I always encourage people, don't hide behind your scars. Share them when appropriate, because your story is going to help someone else. Tom, I know some of you can't believe this, Tom's story doesn't relate to everybody.
Right.
But there's another artist out there, there's another author out there, there's another painter out there. They're going to do something, and someone's going to look at it and say, you know what? He's talking to me.
Yeah. The other vulnerability he did here, I don't know if you noticed, he's out there in the desert or wherever he is, and he's got a Korn shirt on, which is a rock band. He likes rock music. He's talked about it in the past. What's vulnerable for him to do is he's trying to sing here.
Yeah.
And being in music, doing music my whole life, he's putting some auto-tune on it, and he's trying to help, which is fine. Kid Rock did that on a song almost through the whole song. It was just part of what he wanted to do on it. But this is vulnerable for him. He's not a singer. He's a rapper, yet he's going to his discomfort zone, or what do you want to call it, outside his box. And he's putting this out there, and he's making it work.
Yeah, he's doing auto-tune. He doesn't have a bad voice. It's not an overpowering voice, but he can. Well, I can't sing. That's why I can't really speak on this at all.
but he's being vulnerable again. It's another way of being vulnerable.
Yeah.
The demons who try their best to defeat me, they don't look so good in photos, but my struggles ain't beneath me. And these tattoos ain't for nothing, this is physical graffiti. Every broken bone, all the sticks and stones, and the moments when I felt so alone. Every single tear and like a million beers that I only drank so I could try to cope. Every bloody nose and all the muddy clothes when I was in the dirt down inside a hole. Every single scuff and every single scab made me who I am. These tattoos
Nova. We always got to bow down to the queen.
But you know what helps too? Speaking of Nova, you can hear her on the chorus in the background, her voice, because she can sing.
Right.
And you can hear her doing that harmony in the background, which really helps fill up that chorus.
Right.
So great production. I don't know if Tom does that producing on the music side and Nova just does the video, or if Nova helps with the music production. Because that's what helps make it. You get that full music coming in, and it can help, where you might have a weakness in it, you can fill it up with other stuff. Because we know plenty of singers over the years that you heard them live, and you're like, guess what? They did a lot in the studio.
Yes.
Well,
we were just talking to
the
some friends
production is
yesterday
great
about Chris Stapleton.
Yeah, and then Chris Stapleton, they talked about he's even better live because he's got a great voice. But going back to Tom, I had another question on you, and again, I'm just asking honest questions, and I know our audience, you're okay. You might get mad at me. You might say Brian's wrong, and I get it. But what do you think Tom would say if we talk about his face tattoos? Because the fact that he's making millions now, doing what he's doing, not everybody who gets into the music business makes it. Do you think that putting all those tattoos on your face, if he had to go get a real job, that's going to affect him, correct?
Probably, depending on what industry he goes into.
Yeah. But those are the things that you have to be aware of when we talk about that. And I know you think we're old fuddy-duddies or whatever, but there was a guy, and I think Cedric used to mention it all the time. He was one of those business guru guys, and he goes, you can have a tattoo on your face. I say you can have the freedom to do that, but just remember, I also have the freedom not to hire you for a job.
Right.
So, not to take away from the song, but when I do look at Tom MacDonald, it's him, and those scars and those tattoos are him, and they work for him. But they're not going to work for everybody. And what what I'm worried about is if you get some young people and they start tattooing their face and they don't have the talent that Tom MacDonald has, and now they have to go get a job, and maybe they're really smart and they could have been a lawyer. Are they going to be able to become a successul lawyer? Maybe they will in today's day and age. I don't know. And I'm just asking questions for you. So, give me your comments. I want to hear them. But we grew up in a time where it makes a difference.
Yeah. So. Well, they put a lot of work into this video. I just want to say that, especially hats off to Nova again, because for those of you who follow them on Facebook and other social media sites, something came out last Wednesday or Thursday where they said that they may not be able to get this out on Friday. And I'm looking at the windy portion in that video where the wind's blowing. I think they had some trouble with the wind and stuff blowing around and things like that. I don't know what was going on with that pink cloud. I don't know what that symbolized. Yeah, some of you probably do.
Yeah, I don't know if there was maybe Nova's pregnant, going to have a baby.
That would be awesome. And
it's a girl.
That's possible. Or
at least identifies as.
Right, identifies as. And for those of you who are really young and you didn't understand all the props, that thing that Tom was talking on was called a payphone, and you would put money in. Okay, for those of you who are old enough.
But what's funny is he's young.
He's young.
He's
right.
young, yet he's using the old, photo album. Yeah. Which who knows if he actually used? He probably had to get that from his parents.
Right.
And then he found a phone.
That's probably his parents' photo album.
Yeah, probably.
Did you ever do this? And some of you probably do this. I would call my mom, didn't put the coin in, and you would get so long to say your name, and I would say, "Mom, I'm at Captain Videos on the corner of Pico and Westwood. Come pick me up."
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And then so that you wouldn't have to put the other coins in.
And I never got charged for it. Yeah. And I just would wait there. She comes pick me up. Cool. If not, I better hop on the bus.
I thought you were talking about when you were in prison and it was a club.
No, that was different.
And you had to say your name.
No, that was a different time. Thanks for bringing up that scar. Sharing that with everybody. That was a good song. We haven't heard from Tom in a while. But that was good. And again, this is one of maybe 6 or 7 songs that I've referred to where Tom is just putting himself out there and saying, "This is who I am, scars and all," and we appreciate that.
And I like that. I think the underlying message is we all have scars, but be thankful. And he said it a couple times. He's thankful that he's still here, and I think that's a great message. And we just got over what was the month?
Mental Health Awareness
Month.
Yes,
and
in May.
And that's, I think, if we teach more, and we did this when we did the What Is a Woman, the Matt Walsh, and we actually watched the movie, and for those of you who know, they actually took down our episode when all we did is go over the trailer, and we don't know why, and I reached out to YouTube. They're not letting me know why I took it down. Now, it offended somebody, but they still have the trailer up, and they still have other people reviewing it. For some reason, they took down Cedric and Brian's review of Matt Walsh's What Is a Woman. But what he talked about in that movie is these affirmation therapists. Mm-hmm. And then he had on Jordan Peterson and said, "You're not a therapist if you're just affirming stuff. That's not what a therapist does. What you have to do is go through what they're going through." And then I think the overall message would be, what Tom should say is then be thankful. If you're thankful for what you have and not being pissed off for what you don't have, mm-hmm. you're going to be a much happier person.
Absolutely.
I mean, absolutely. We don't all get everything we want. I'm sorry. That's just not reality.
Right.
So.
Well, good job. It was a good song. I hope you guys enjoyed this week. For those of you who live in the Inland Empire area, me and Brian and with his wife, my girlfriend, some friends, we're going to be at Boots in the Park this Friday.
Boots in the Park.
Blake Shelton, Chris Young. Who else?
A few other people.
It's going
to be an all-day event. I think there's still some tickets.
Yes. So if you guys are in that area and you come through there and you see us, come say hi to us. Yeah. Things like that. I'll be wearing my FJB T-shirt.
And he loaned me one. And you're going to... it is Norco, so it shouldn't be hard to spot Cedric. That's all I'm going to say. I think you should wear your white cowboy hat, too.
That look like a Coffee Anderson.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, awesome. Okay, anything else?
No, again, we apologize for Tuesday's video, but please go back and watch our one on AC/DC. And then also, if you can, reach out to YouTube and find out, say, why did you guys take down their review of Matt Walsh's movie? Because we can't get a sufficient answer.
And we won't. That's all right. It is what it is. And to tell on that,
I might re-release it.
I don't say it enough, but I'm sure a lot of you already have. You guys come to us to see what our input is on this, but make sure you go to Tom's video and watch that on YouTube and help pump them up and get them going.
And Tom and Nova are so kind. When we just talked about how AC/DC blocked us for 48 hours, stuff, Tom doesn't do that. He allows us to do the reviews of his music, and he's very rare in that aspect.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
right, you guys, make it a great week. Make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell, and continue sharing our channel with everyone you know. And also go check out Tennessee Time, which is the offshoot of this channel.
Thank you. I'll put that link in there again. We've got 2 episodes out there now about moving to Tennessee. So.
Yes, so make sure you check that out. Until next time, with your scars, you're still beautiful. We love you all. I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian. We'll see you later.